How's it going, everyone? We're back for the second edition of this eye critique series that I want to do, and you'll see it every Thursday, and I want to continue this throughout. So if you guys want to send in your images, go ahead. Stay tuned to the end for that information. We've got a really good and interesting set of images today from a long-time viewer as well. His name is Grant, and he is from Overexposure Photography. So Grant, we're going to jump right into him. I think we have, how many are there? Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we have 8 images, and it's cool because they are in like an art series, still life type of thing. So it's a little something different. Let's jump into it. So just as a prelude, he shoots with the Canon T3i, once again showing that, you don't need the best gear in the world, you can just work with some lighting. And he shoots with the nifty 50, the Canon 50 1.8. Okay, so we're at the first image here, and he's shooting a bottle, and it looks really cool. There's a lot of color here, but there is, some issues with this photo. And once again, don't take any of my critiques as harsh. I'm very, very honest. There was comments on the other video saying that, like, oh, I'm too nice. It's not being about too nice. It's just being about constructive and saying how you can improve an image. But with something like this, the idea is there. So that's a great thing that you have right here. But the majority of the image should be here, but it looks like this is more interesting down here because that's where all your color is. And I'm not even going to talk about watermarks or anything because that's just a dead point at this issue. But yes, we got a little bit going on here. It actually seems like this is just way too overblown. So I would watch out how you're lighting this. And one thing tricky with product photography is getting this kind of seamless white look here off. So it looks like you kind of have some divider, and that kind of does take away. Now, I think it's great that you have the reflection, so you're using some reflective surface underneath, which is fantastic. A lot of people forget that. So I would try to somehow overlap this. I'm not sure if you're using paper here. You might be using some kind of a fabric, but if you can, I would try to overlap that, not kind of have this separation, or if this is on some kind of table, kind of push it back, wedge it, and just kind of like make a little loop. So that way it kind of just blends in, and if you light it and if it's bright, it'll pretty much disappear and go away. But yeah, you really lost all the detail here. It looks like it shouldn't be. It's just too bright on the background. That's all I really have to say. Try to work on bringing this again. Once again, I like this, like the reflection, but try to work on this again and bring the lighting down just a little bit. Infinity lighting might not work a ton with this glass. Glass is hard to shoot. Next image. I like something like this. You really have something set up here. I do like the wood. I love the shallow depth of field here. I love how the boot falls out of focus. And I think this would be cool if it's maybe for some kind of advertisement type shot. Maybe it could be something you could use in a magazine. Not sure what the correlation would be 100%, but it looks something rugged, maybe something outdoorsy. Maybe if this was some kind of, a really, really good knife. But I wish the knife was in a little better shape because everything else seems a little more clean, but it does kind of match, I guess, with the boots in the background. I would just watch out more because the main image is here. If you get this more centered, say move the apple over here and move the knife over a little bit, so just kind of go this way, I think you'd have something, maybe get in just a little tighter. But other than that, I see what you're going here, what you're going for. But as I said, it would make a decent, something you put in a magazine. But that's all I'm getting from this. But once again, I like the thought that you put into it. You definitely set something up. The white background works. What I would kind of say is maybe use a wooded area back here. That would work out a little better. And once again, throw that out of focus as well. So this one isn't that bad. There's more context to it. Okay, so this is something, it's something different. I'm just not sure what you were going for here. I do like the flame. You captured the flame nicely. That's hard to do for some people, and getting everything else in clear focus. And honestly, if you went with an all white, an all black background, I think this would really, really work. This wood here is kind of throwing me off. It doesn't make sense because one of the hardest things you've done, you did it here, is how you're lighting glass and showing off definition, getting the shadow, getting everything there. It's very, very hard to do. So I have a feeling if you didn't even use anything down here, if it was just all black, it might look better. Yeah, it just, I would just start off there. I don't really know what else I would do with this image. Maybe you're going for more of a life and maybe death kind of thing. I don't know if I'm overlooking that. But just this kind of throws it off for me. There's just too much going on with something like this. I like the idea, but it's, I don't know. There's just something throwing me off. But as I said, at least you really know how to light glass, and that's important. Just watch for shadows. All right, we're on the fourth image. Once again, you're pretty good at with this lighting, with this product shot. I like this still life type stuff. Once again, I think this could be in some kind of magazine like a Crate and Barrel or something. But once again, the background's a little too bright and there's just too much going on. So I would definitely move the candle closer. I would actually try to put that more in the focal plane, which is right here. You see how it kind of falls off. That's actually more key. Definitely turn that background down a little bit. It's a little too bright. I would watch out for the tag if you have to rotate that. Love the way you have this set up, and this could be great for, as I said, like some kind of candle shot or something in that area. So just move that over more, get a little tighter. Also watch out for the line in the table. Not feeling that 100%, and yeah, so I'm feeling you could work with this just a little bit. And to me, it looks maybe a little too warm. I don't know. I'd cool it off a little bit, kind of match the cooler tones in the image. But other than that, you're on the right track to something. So let's keep going. Okay. Well, this is kind of a cool art printing type thing. I mean, this would be a cool like canvas, I'd say. And I remember that you were saying you wanted to get print into canvas. So this would actually be something really cool. Maybe up the contrast a little more. But yeah, I like the flow. I don't know. It's got some movement to it. It's got a little bit of depth to it. Once again, I know it's a simple shot. There's not much more I could say about it. The flowers do look good. Maybe the white is a little too bright and the yellow kind of bleeds too much with this. But other than that, I think it'd be a cool kind of, something that, you would see in like some doctor's office or some garden place or something like that. It might be something cool you can hang up on the wall. But I want to see a little bit more punch out of the colors. But other than that, I think it's something different and something pretty good. Okay, we're on the sixth image here. It doesn't make sense with what you're putting in here. It kind of just looks like you're messing with the light, messing with the bokeh a little bit. I just don't see much with it. It looks like you were kind of just playing with the shallow depth of field, which is great. But as I've seen you have more of an eye. Plus, I think you were playing with the green, the color, because this is desaturated out here. You can kind of see it, spotty in here. So just something like this, I don't think you need at all. There's not much that this does for me. Love. Okay. Once again, you're playing with the still life. There's just not a ton going on. Hold on, sorry. I just feel you could have done something different. I know it's the love of that we usually see through Philadelphia. You're kind of light painting, which is kind of cool, but I have a feeling if you make that more central, if you got down a little bit on angle, change the lighting a little bit so it wasn't as purple, you could have that stand out. Definitely blow out the light painting a little more. It's just a little more you need to work on here, just something like that. I don't know what this would be used for 100%. Okay, now this is cool. This is different. I see exactly what you did here. Okay. Once again, I can see something like this on someone's wall. I could see this in some kind of magazine or something like that, because I love the depth here. I love the detail. It's very, very good. Obviously, it's a good play on white on purple and purple on white. Perfect. Now what I would do is I would separate them just a little more. It's got good color. It just needs to be a separation. It just looks a little sloppy. And I like the texture. That's not bad to me. But I would definitely turn the white down a little bit, and it looks a little blue. So maybe I would warm it up a little bit. But other than that, yeah, I think it's a really nice little kind of art set there. And I think you got something with this shot. So I would work on this a little more. And if you could do anything to diffuse the shadow, I would try to. I don't know if you may have done this outside because the sun might be really bright. But be interested to know. So if you want, just write down in the comments below. So there's 8 images. As I said, you've got the still life thing going on. I think it's great. The 51.8 is working for you. You're getting a lot of detail. You're there. There's a little more you need to do to step above that. But I've seen a lot of your, some of your other stuff on your 500 Pix website, which I'll link down below if other people want to view that. But with something like this, I think is a strong shot that you could use. Obviously, just some of the improvements. Like I said, just a little small detail and positioning. Something like this would work, even though it just needs to be worked on just a little more. You've got a really good concept there, like the wood. You could have something with this and just, once again, the background and work on the lighting so it's not as blown out or anything. But, you know, you've got something working for you, and that's great. But there's just a little bit you need to tune up to turn around. And once again, hope you didn't take this too harsh or anything like that. Just trying to be as constructive as I can, and we will go from there. So if you guys wanted to submit any images to me, send me about 5 to 8. You could do it through Dropbox. You can send me an email at eric@ericrossi.com, and we could do that. All I need for you is to give me just what lenses you're using, maybe if you want your settings, what camera body, and just say that I, Eric Rossi, have permission to critique your images on YouTube. And that's all we got here. So there's a second edition, more still life type thing, something cool, something different that Grant provided. Once again, another good set of images, some stuff I wouldn't use, and you are pretty much there on some of the stuff. Just a little bit of fine tuning, and you got it. Eric Rossi, the guy with the eye. Keep an eye out. And guys, feel free to send in your images. And girls, anyone.